All right, beautiful people. In the last lesson, we have seen how to find out n Fibonacci numbers. This time, we're going to find out the sum of first n Fibonacci numbers. Again, it's going to be quite straightforward. We already have the Fibonacci numbers program, something we have did in the last lesson. So we just need to have a variable called sum to, add all the Fibonacci numbers together. So let's do that. Here in down below, where I'm going to add a new variable, let's call it sum. And of course, we are going to start with 0 here. And then let's see, we're going to take the user input. We are validating the user input. That's something we have done earlier. Now, if the value here, let's go down below this one. If the value is, if somebody is saying only one Fibonacci number, then we are going to print that number, right? Sum of the first Fibonacci number will be the same one. So let's do that. Here, we are going to say sum of the first Fibonacci number equal the same number we're going to print. So what do I mean by that here? Let's say, if we run this program and somebody wants to see only one Fibonacci number, sum of one Fibonacci numbers. So first Fibonacci number is 0. That means sum of Fibonacci number will be 0 anyway. And then here the %d basically going to print the value of n from that user that we will take. Okay, so if somebody wants to see only one Fibonacci number, we will show something like this: sum of the first one Fibonacci number is 0. Okay, that should be all. Now what happened, like if the user wants to see more than one number, so let's say somebody wants to see sum of the first two Fibonacci number, that means we are not going to print this time, we want to find their sum. So here I'm going to change it. I'm going to say sum equal a plus b. So we are adding them up together. Okay, and let's say even we are not going down below, so we want to print their sum. Let's do that. I'm going to copy this one and paste it here down below. So sum of the first two Fibonacci numbers is going to be the sum this time. So here, instead of a, I'm going to print sum. So if someone wants to see sum of two Fibonacci numbers, then we are going to print this. Okay, let me compile and run so that you can understand what basically I want to do here. So let's say if I give 1 here, it will show first sum of the first one Fibonacci number is 0. By the way, I want to get rid of this printf. This is not needed anymore. So let me get rid of that, compile and run again. And this time I will try, let me compile and run again. And this time I'm going to try 0 as usual. So it says, hey, n cannot be 0. So at least you want to, have a look with the sum of one Fibonacci number. So here I'm going to give 1, the value of 1. Sum of first Fibonacci number is 0 here. Again, I'm going to run. This time I'm going to give 2, and you can see sum of the first two Fibonacci number is 1. So basically the first two Fibonacci number is 0 and 1, and the addition will be 1. Now, what about if we have more than 2? If the user wants to see more than, if the user wants to see sum of first three Fibonacci numbers, so which is more than 2, right? So we need to have the loop back. So we will find the Fibonacci number and we are going to add that with the sum. That's all we have to do here. All right. So now this one should all work. By the way, we can always use our assignment operator. This is something we know. We can use that knowledge here. Okay. Now let's compile and run and let's see what happened if I run this program again. And this time I want to see sum of first 5 Fibonacci numbers. And here I'm going to show you. So first 5 Fibonacci numbers is 0, 1, then 1, then it will be 2, and then it will be 3. So these are our first 5 Fibonacci numbers. And what is their sum? So 3 to 5, 5, 1, 6, 6, 1, 7. So it should be 7. When I give 5, it should show 7. And there you go. It shows that we have found the sum of first and Fibonacci numbers. Let's move on. Here you can do this. I'm sure you can do this. So basically you need to print Fibonacci numbers less than n. So you just need to use less than symbol here instead of less than equal. Then maybe we can do this together, print only even Fibonacci numbers. So even though we have seen the Fibonacci numbers goes like this, 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, then 3, 2, will be 5, 5, 3, 8. So this time we're not going to print the odd numbers. We'll be printing only the even Fibonacci numbers. It's not going to be that much difficult for us. So let's go at the top. So let's see what are the things we're going to print this time. So here, when n equal 1, so when somebody is looking for the first Fibonacci numbers, we're going to print that for sure. So here, I'll give a message that we are printing only the even Fibonacci numbers. So even Fibonacci numbers. And then we're going to add a new line. Let's continue with that. And then if the user gives us here the value of n1, so basically they want one Fibonacci number, we're going to show that. So this time we're not going to find out the sum. We're going to show even or odd Fibonacci numbers. So let me just get rid of with this one. And here what we want to do, so let me check. We're printing only one Fibonacci number, so I do not need these things. I'm going to print %d, new line, and a. All right. And then let's continue. What we will do, we will check if a is an even number, then we are going to print that. So in this case, let me show you. So if a is divided by 2, if we can divide it by 2, then we're going to print that. Otherwise, we're not going to print that. Okay. So here I'm going to copy and paste this one. The same thing I'm going to do for value 2. So here I'm going to use b this time because we want to check whether b is divisible by 2. And of course we could combine these two together, but that's something let's not focus right now. Let's continue then. We are running the loop from 3 as usual, and we are finding the Fibonacci numbers. And then now, in order to print the Fibonacci number, we need to check whether it is divisible by 2. So here I'm going to copy this one, paste it here, and this time we will change. So if the Fibonacci number, the third one, is is an even number, then we are going to print it. Otherwise not. That's all. That should be all. We are basically done. Now let's continue. Here I do not need to print the new line sum anymore. So here I'm going to say only slash n. I'm going to print this slash n, which is something we already have down below. So we do not need to think about that as well. So let's run this program. It's going to print only even numbers. Here I'm going to compile it and enter the value of n. Let's say if I give here the first one I want to see, the even Fibonacci number is 0. Let's continue. If I want to see, if I give 2, so basically it will give us, it will run until 2. So if it run until 2, 0, 1, you know that it will not print 1. But if I run it again, if I give 3 this times, so 0, 1, 1, again it will only print 0. If I give 4 this time, that means I'm looking for only the even Fibonacci numbers from the first 4 Fibonacci numbers. So 0, 1, 1, 2, it's going to print 0 and 2. And that should be all actually. I hope you got the idea how to get all the even Fibonacci numbers here. You could now find out all the odd Fibonacci numbers. This is something you can do for sure. So I'm going to keep it as a comment, and I'm going to give this one you as a task, and I'm sure you can do this. Let me get rid of this one. There is no need of this one here. Okay, and let me bring them together. Okay, now what about counting the number of Fibonacci numbers up to n? So if you want to count how many Fibonacci numbers you have until n, then you can use a variable count. Then it shouldn't be that much difficult for you. So I'll leave this one as a task to you.